Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to this channel. Like this video, also leave your comments in the comment section below. Breaking news: nationwide strike rubbished as Oshiomhole exposes Ajaero and NLC. On Tuesday, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, who represents Edo North District, expressed the view that the striking labor union are not adequately considering the welfare of Nigerian workers. He contended that the nationwide strike initiated on Tuesday is based on flawed reasoning. According to him, the organized labor would be better served by rallying states to oversee the implementation of a memorandum of understanding it endorsed with the federal government on October 2nd, 2023. I will publicly support an action against any government that thinks that we should lament away our hunger. Unfortunately, this strike is not about those issues. We have to be careful not to mix our political opinion with our responsibilities, because the issues confronting workers are so many that they should become the priority. Oshiomhole told the State House correspondent when he emerged from closed-door talks with Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. On the night of October 2nd, the federal government agreed to meet various demands of the organized labor, including the disbursement of 35,000 naira as wage award to all federal workers for the next 6 months. The agreement also encompassed the provision of compressed natural gas, enabled vehicles, and conversion kits to facilitate nationwide commuting. However, on Monday night, the labor centers announced the initiation of a nationwide strike in protest against the assault on the NLC president, Joe Ajaero, and some other Congress executives in Owerri, Imo State on November 1st. The strike also aimed to address unresolved labor issues in Imo State. The union communicated with its affiliates, such as the Academic Staff Union of Universities, National Union of Electricity Employees, Nigeria Union of Teachers, the Judicial Staff Union of Nigeria, and the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, among others, ahead of a planned nationwide strike scheduled to commence at midnight on November 14, 2023. However, Oshiomhole, a former chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress from 1999 to 2007, argued that the priorities of the labor movement were misplaced. The federal government had granted 35,000 naira wage award, and those discussions were supposed to be for and on behalf of not only the federal government but all workers in Nigeria, including those employed by the local government and state governments. Now, I would have wished that somebody in the NLC recognized that the hunger in the stomach of federal employees is not any worse than that of state or local government employees. If these are the issues on the table, even as a senator, I will publicly support action against any government that thinks that we should lament away our sorrow. You have to be careful not to be seen as doing the bidding of a particular candidate or a political party, he remarked. While kicking against violence against any individual, the former Edo State governor called on Labour to mobilize its members in all 36 states to ensure that the federal government fulfills its promises to ease the living conditions of Nigerians. He advised, "Let me be clear, I do not support the brutalization of any Nigerian, including the Labour leader. But I'm saying, in terms of what you might call the hierarchy of needs and challenges that we face, I think that NLC should robustly engage all the state governors or government who are not implementing the agreement that was midwife courtesy of a national strike, not a federal government employees strike. So if you mobilize private sector workers, state employees, local government workers, and now there is an agreement on 35,000 naira across the board, I want to see NLC saying there will be no sleep in any state where this is not being implemented. Oshiomhole arrived at the State House accompanied by two former members of the National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress. The entourage included a former National Vice Chairman, North Central, Ahmed Wambia, and the former National Treasurer, Adamu Fanda. He said they were at the villa to congratulate President Bola Tinubu, who is away in Saudi Arabia, through the VP, over the APC's success in Imo and Kogi elections on November 11. So first, we have to congratulate him, and since the president is not there, through him to the president for the victory we recorded in the elections in Imo State and Kogi State. You all, what do you have to say about all of this that Oshiomhole has, listed? Quite a number of people were saying when the federal government announced, and now they have even implemented the 35,000 naira increase that which they said they were going to give to all workers. If I say that I do not see the point that Oshiomhole is making, it's a lie, because how is it that it is only the federal government workers who get the 35,000 naira increase, while the state workers are just there looking? We don't see anything. Before Ajaero was beaten in Imo State, did they ever think of going on strike? I'm very sure that the answer to that question is no. Strike, nothing. Whereas they should be fighting for the 35,000 naira increment, which they agreed upon by the federal government, that is yet to be paid to state government workers. Most of the times, I said it in one other video that I made, most of the times when we go on strike, these things that are being agreed upon are being done by only the federal government, while the state workers are just left alone, as if we are not experiencing the same economic hardship that the federal government workers are experiencing. I feel that they just need to narrow down what they want. What is this strike about? Like, what are we fighting for? List them out. If they had said, okay, the states that have not paid this 35,000 naira that was agreed upon, let's all go on strike in all these different states. Don't wait until there's an election before you now go to the state and say you want to strike for non-payment of salaries. I don't think that should be it. Don't wait until the strike is like 2 days to come or 3 days away. The election, before you now say you want to go on strike, which was the case in Imo State where Ajaero was beaten. I just think that, the NLC over time, there's a misplace of, priority, and there's a mix-up somewhere. I just think that they need to, all of this, needs to be corrected. You all, let me have your thoughts in the comment section. What do you all think about all of this? Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done that.